Taking this first few moments to just arrive. Enjoy a few breaths that you notice. Beginning to generate that energy of mindfulness as we come to our mats, come into the practice. And then typically we start with the right leg in first, so pick up your right leg and just let it stretch out. Draw your foot back, hold on, leave your fingers so you have some support, and then point your toes away, stretch the top of your foot. And then carefully fold your knee right into that hinge, how it was designed to move. And then from the hip, nestle it out to the side. You can always support or sit high. Other side, unfold your leg. Leave your fingers, sit up tall, and draw back on your toes, stretching that back of the foot and the leg. Soft, steady breathing through the nose, beginning to take forward, point your toes, and up so you feel a little stretch across the top of your foot and ankle. Relax your foot, fold your knee in carefully, and then out to the side from the hip. Make sure that they feel okay. Sit slightly forward with your hands down on your legs. And let's just start a little bit of a side to side arc. So coming out to the left and around to the right a few times, back and forth. Just let this match your own body, lengthening the sides of the waist and the low back, warming up the hip joints. Do like a half circle. Just there will be times when we're in kind of a flowing energy and then in a still energy. Just try to go and finish to the second side once more. Sit up tall, aligning your spine. Don't close your eyes so you can really settle your head on top of your spine. Letting the weight of the bones go down into the earth. Feel the lightness in your breath and your energy body. Soft gaze towards the nose or just soft gaze. Eyes rest. And then exhale. Coming into side bend over to the right. Place your hand down, other arm up, and shoulder off the ear. Taking the Jnana Mudra if you like, just to keep peacefulness in your hands. So go on over and explore. You can bring your elbow down or just keep your hand down. And round that opposite hip, create space on that side, just the right amount. You get some nice feeling, sensation, but not too much. Focus on steady breathing and creating peace in the body. Breathe out one more time. Inhale, come up slowly. Find center with the fingers on the floor. Over to the other side. That gesture can help bring softness, gesture of non-separateness. Check in with this side, consider elbow down or hand down, just the right amount. Action, once you're here, is to keep your shoulder off your ear and try to ground your hip on the other side to create length on your side. So really come into your body with your awareness. Let the eyes rest during practice whenever it feels positive or welcome. Just breathe out one more time. Inhale slowly, come up and release. Come down to your elbows, to your legs, or to the floor in Anjani Mudra. So pointing that forward fold from the hips, so it's it's fine just to be on your legs. Rest your hands together. You can rest into your third eye. If you'd like to bow a little bit or just have a moment for your own intentions. Creating peace in the breath, peace in the body, and peace in the mind. And inhaling up, lift up your elbows to increase the prana of the pose. For Om or and hum on the exhale. Breathe in very deeply. Feeling the activation at the heart center. And release your fingertips just below your eyebrows, pressing in and up. And then glide up your forehead and trace the head and go down the back. And come out on your chin, just sweeping the chin, hands back together. And then create open hands, reach your arms out, draw your shoulders into your body, and just think about a spiraling outward energy. So we use that in downward dog, upward dog, plank. I'm going to use it in heart lift pose too. So just take those slightly spiraling outward hands back and find a comfortable position behind you so you can lean back and lift your chest. Gaze down your nose or cheeks towards your heart. And then lean back and let your legs release out to boat pose for 5. So work with yourself. Find a variation that feels fun. And just wrapping the ankles and feet. One choice. And let's release forward and down. And come back for a few more rounds of breath. Maybe the other side if you did that one-sided. Just try to hook your feet. You can always change where your hands are behind you. Lifting out of the shoulders. Heart lifting pose. And one more breath. Exhale, relax and release. We're going to come to quarter dog with an optional rock back. We're learning how to just tone the tummy lightly and release carefully back with your chin tucked. Bring in your legs and then use a little momentum to rock up. Cross your ankles and release yourself to quarter dog, carefully tucking both sets of toes under. Go back, lengthen your arms and take your head down. So the transition from seated, still, just beginning the practice. Gently guide the mind back to the breath. Space under the shoulders and armpits. One more deep breath. Release your feet, rise up to cow spine. And here we haven't talked yet about Uddiyana Bandha, low belly in towards the spine. Let the hands ground and spread. Let the feet ground and spread. Just a little heart forward, nose gaze, one more breath. And then back to Balasana, so back to the folded knees, toes tucked and arms relaxed completely for a few rounds of breath. Just calming our nervous systems, letting our brains really get into the body when you're down here on the floor, curled in. Experience the breath one more time. Stretch it through. Take your hands out on either side a little bit wide and rise up. Carefully taking the top of your head to the floor. So this is a 0 weight bearing headstand, just to stimulate that top of the head. Just lightly rest it down. Your weight is all back in your hips and legs. Very light. Just energize that awareness at the top of the head. And then with the next time you breathe in, rise up and back to the table. Take a moment to feel your head. Take a breath, feel the head. Experiment with turning your hands out or back with the fingers. So from tabletop, just walk the hands outward until you feel a nice stretch in your wrist, so you can stop at any point. Try to have them relatively even with the softness in the elbows. Ground your feet and then cow spine. And this is interesting, cat spine. You'll really feel the stretch across the fronts of the arms and wrists as you do the cat. So just gently try a few rounds of cow and cat. Keep it light, honoring the wrists. One more nose gaze, and then the navel gaze. Tuck. And then release your hands. Come to a wide on the mat downward dog. Hands wide, feet wide. Take a moment to just make sure you feel not too spread out, not too close. A nice medium V shape, head down, hips up. Then take yourself from side to side a few times, swinging your hips over to the side or the other side. Finding that pressing action in the hands. Nice uplift in the belly. And then come back to center, let your head go down. Try to bring weight back into your legs. Experience your breathing. Slow waves of breath. Fourth one, finishing, and take one more breath. And inhale energy to step forward towards your hands and halfway lift. Keep stretching the breath. Exhale, fold forward. Release your spine. Stand up by pressing your feet. Roll your shoulders back and down. And take your fingers to your eyebrows again and lift and smooth around the chin and back to the heart center. A moment to arrive, to transition to standing, to feel your feet touch the earth. And then honoring the auspiciousness of the sun, breathing in, reaching up, bringing some warmth into our bodies, and light, exhale, fold. Half lift, breathe in. Little forward energy here before we go back in the next breath. Exhale back to plank. Knees down to upward facing dog. Inhale, so carefully come into that back bend. Stay on the knees for this first one. And then table and downward dog. First moment for refinement, just picking up and resetting the hands so they have a nice flow and openness. They don't feel stuck. That uplift in the low belly and the awareness there. Really can use your breathing to find space in your body. Use your breathing to release tension in your body. One more time. Exhale, weight back to the legs. Inhale, shift forward, step forward, half lift. Exhale, release to forward fold. So we have a nice long breath out to come into the shape. Press feet, the legs activate to help you stand up. Reach up, continuing to inhale until you're ready to exhale, and then hands coming down. Free breath. Weave fingers, press to the sky, inhaling. Exhale, release your arms wide and forward fold, just wrapping the back of the legs wherever they reach. Bring your hands to the front and come to the half lift with a strong belly. Exhale, Step back, plank pose. Inhale, upward dog or cow spine is fine. Using the belly forward, arms strong and straight. There's a determination in upward dog. Nice to go to table and then downward dog, but you could go right to downward dog if you prefer. Here we are again. Reset those hands. Make sure your head is hanging free. Exhale, just be still except for breathing. The shoulders externally rotate because the hands externally rotate. Just letting, well, not because, but they both do. So there's space for your neck. One more wave of breath. Exhale it out. Inhale, shift forward, step forward, half lift. Enjoy a gloriously long breath out to fold in. Knees soft as needed. Rise and reach. Do that weave of the fingers, press to the sky. And in your own time, exhale, arms gently into the sides of the body. Calming to the nervous system technique of Tadasana. Finding balance. Keep a little softness in your knees and take your right arm across your body. Hook the left elbow around it and we're going to do a little twist standing up. So you can take your feet a little wider, just have a comfortable, easy stance. Create your own shoulder stretch and twist. Softly breathe, eyes just follow the movement, including the neck in the twist. One more time. Exhale, finish, and gently release the arms into the sides. The other side, make sure your knees are softened so energy flows through from the feet, from the earth. So left arm across the body, right arm hooks under it, and just create a stretch in your shoulder and upper back and twist and look back. Just let the eyes maybe find the thumb tip or just a steady point. So if we're gazing upon the thumb, we don't really think thumb, we just try to see it objectively for what it is. Just the form, not attaching. One more time, breathe out, create just right amount of opening in your body. And carefully release your arms back to center into the sides. Let's do some Chandra Namaskar for Moon Day tomorrow, full moon. Also just good for overwhelmed feelings. So come to side standing on your mat, feet comfortably wide, hands to the heart, breathe in. Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale over to the right side. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left side. Inhale to center. And exhale down to goddess. So bend your knees, turn out your toes. You can widen out your stance, come down the center. Just try to be really peaceful about it all. Rest the hands together, find balance. Let's take the right elbow underneath the left and reach your fingers towards the sky. Hips nice and low. Making sure to soften the eyes, forehead, and feel that softening deeply. And breathe in, reach up and out into a star. And exhale over to the left for triangle pose. So just change your feet, find that turn out to triangle. 90, back foot is comfortable, and then just come over and down. So in the moon work, just try to just bring a little less striving, a little less tapas. Just gently be in a nice place. Steady breathing. The low belly is activated during all of this. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, let's turn to Parsvottanasana. So turn your hips to the left side. Find your balance. Take your arms out, breathe in. And breathe out, knuckles press or fingertips. Also elbow holding the spine, come on up your back. Any degree. Keep your heart open as you exhale and forward fold. The feet stay spreading, lengthening the spine through the top of the head. A light lifting in the elbows as is appropriate. Breathe out one more time. Inhale, come up, gently lean back. And release your arms. Anjaneyasana now, so come down to a low lunge with a cushion if you need it. Have a moment to add that if you need to. Bring your shoulders down, bring your knee towards your toes. Yogi's choice, you could go deeper in the hips with a forward fold, or you could reach up. Stay on the knee, all good. One more time. Enjoy a slow, deep breath. Transition to side lunge. I'm going to start by tucking under the back foot to lift up, and then bring yourself around to a side lunge for a hold, so you can be up higher or down low, wherever it feels most beneficial for your body today. Definitely try to engage Mula Bandha as well, the root lift. Just one more breath. And over to the other side for the same shape. Listen to the breath, all senses drawing inward. One more time, feel the exhale. Transition to Anjaneyasana. Low lunge, shoulders down. Balance. Knee out towards the toes. So 3 places to be with the arms. Do what you did on the other side, if possible. And where can you release tension? So find the work in the hips, a little strengthening through the arms, if you have your hands on the floor. Deeply breathe one more time. And tuck under the back toes so you can come up and step in. We're going to come to Parsvottanasana, rising up. Breathing in, lengthen your spine. Breathe out, take the hands forward at this time. Coming down to your shin or the floor. Just find your own favorite. Uplift in the low belly. You can always change, like I just changed where I was. I was like, that's a little too far. Okay, open out into triangle pose. So change your back foot. That's the place that it really changes for triangle. So you open to the side. Remember that it's kind of a gentle version of your triangle. All these standing poses are very grounding. Feel all that structural support go into the earth. And let another deep breath flow through. Inhale, rising up and out to star pose. 5 breaths, shoulders relax. The hands just softly reach. Grounding, peaceful breathing. Feel the energy of the hands for the last breath. And release your arms down, goddess circling back around. Just find a turnout that lets you balance. Knees towards the toes, hips low, whatever low is for you. And eagle pose, second side. Lifting at the elbows slightly. Third breath. I count about 5. I aspire to count to 5. Gives you some time. Inhale, up and out, just one breath up. Hands rest together, step in your feet, and side bend left. Exhale. Inhale, center. Side bend right. Breathe out. Inhale up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Just have a moment for a little contemplation, maybe opening up the hands in front, pinkies touching, just receptive. It's the energy of the body, the breath moving, that awareness awakened. And let your knees bend, come to tops of the hands, palms up, knees bent, Uttanasana. So just a nice bendy forward fold. Just observe your back body with compassion, knees bending as much as needed. Really let your head release. So to release the back of the head and neck, you tuck your chin a little towards your chest. And then if you would like to straighten out your legs for a breath or two, you can add that. One more big breath wherever you feel nice in your body. Inhale to come up and roll your shoulders back. Relax your arms. Let's move to a one-leg standing pose dancer. So perhaps a wall or just something that you can touch lightly if you need for reference. On or off the mat. I know some of you are on carpeted surfaces, so these can be extra challenging. Root of the big toe on the right foot, just put that on the floor and lift everything else off. Just really feel that energy of that root, how that's a very powerful part of your toe. That's also where the earth energy comes into the body. And now stand tall and relaxed. Shift your weight to come off your other foot and bend your knee. So one or both hands. Take the outside of your foot or ankle. Draw your heel towards your hip to begin with. So you can use both hands or use one arm at the wall for support. Try to touch lightly if possible. And use steady eyes and brain now. Create some nice just sensation in your own body. This concentration allows us to deepen our awareness. And let's start to add that option of opening up by folding forward. Keep your standing leg a little bit bent. And then your foot presses into your hand to create that bow shape. The other arm reaching out or steadying at your wall. If you need to come down, just come back in. Twice more with the breath. Concentrate deeply. And try to come down with control if you can, and that will build your standing on one leg powers. Relax. Feel the energy stirred by that practice. Back bending a little exhilarating. Other side, so turn around if you need to for your wall. Shift, let's do that big toe root push. Just press that K1 energy line, a really important meridian point. And release your foot. Still feeling the big toe root energy. Eyes come out to a steady point. Stand tall, shift out of your right leg and bend your knee. Catch your foot with or ankle with one or both hands. So we were trying to stretch across the front of the thigh. 4 muscles, more than 4, but 4 quadriceps. So a relaxed concentration. There's a little determination, but then it's a little soft. Forehead is soft. Breathe out once more in this variation. If you need a pause or reset, you can. Open out, second side. Reaching forward and back. We tend to associate with the front of our bodies because of our eyes. Our awareness is forward and front. Let equal awareness be back. Let awareness be everywhere. Twice more, move the breath. Last time. Enjoy. Try to just find that edge of your pose for today. Come down slowly if possible. Continue that concentration. And then relax for a moment. Maybe a little shimmy just to release stillness. Or not. Make your way down to the earth now. Back to the top third of your mat. Reaching to the sun, breathing in. Breathing out, gently go back. Lift your ribcage. And then inhale straight up. Exhale to fold. Take your time in that transition from back bend to forward bend. Uplifting. Exhale, go back. Vasisthana, right arm presses, lift up your left arm. So that's staggering the feet or having the knee down. Whatever you want. Have a little determination in this one. Just one more breath. Other side. Open hand, press the earth. Support yourself as needed. Third breath. 4, determine press in that heel of your hand. And then exhale to center, knees down, and curl back Balasana. Just release. Bring your arms down beside you with your palms up. Head down, shoulders hang. Whole body awareness. Bring your hands to the ground and cross at your ankle or come through to sit down. Let's into the butterfly style Baddha Konasana today, with a little bit more space. An option to weave into your toes if you would like. Fingers weave into toes, sitting tall, or just wrap around the toes. So feel all the connections here. You sit up tall, so you get a nice draw back to the shoulders. You can tuck your chin. Settle into the seated pose again and making that earth connection. Notice what the back body is feeling. Notice how your whole body feels. Have awareness everywhere. Deeply breathe one more time. Stretch the breath. Exhale. Tuck your chin towards your chest if not already and go side to side. Slowly a few more times. Just release around your neck. And center and rise. Release your feet. Let's slide out that right leg straight. Bring in the left for Janu Shirsasana. So 90 degrees out with your folded knee if possible. You can always be closer in. Reach up, twist towards your straight leg. Breathe in. Breathe out. Transition to a forward fold. So you can use your arms to help you ease and walk forward, lengthening So use this beginning part to come into the shape, to have awareness of how it's feeling, finding a nice depth of sensation, and then let's start the 5 breaths. So wherever you want to connect your hands, floor, leg, or foot, head to knee pose. Breath slowing down. This is a very nice calming pose. Seeing a few extra rounds of breath. One more time. Feel an exhale go, and then inhale deeply, slowly, maybe rise up a little to make space for it. Exhale, go back in. When that is complete, back your way out and change to the other side. You could do a little sacrum balance for a moment if you like. Make sure that knee folds in happily and straighten out, considering that 90 degrees out if you can, or working in that direction. So there's a twist towards the straight leg as you sit up tall. Breathe in, breathe out, carefully ease your way forward. So from your hips, long waist. So we lengthen the lower spine, and then the upper spine can do some rounding as you come forward and down. Just connect on this side. Remember that beginning time just to feel where it feels right. And then exhale, relax, and just enjoy the shape. Breathe into it. And one more time with an exhalation. Maybe 2 more, because I did longer on the other side. Now let the breath finish and try to experiment with a little lift on the inhale. Very slow breaths. You have lots of room, lots of time, space. Exhale, complete. Let it feel complete for you, and then come out. It's like crossing something off your list. You just completed that pose and that breath. And let's stretch the legs out, point the toes, find your heart lift shape. Lift your hips if you like. Lengthening the front of the body. And release hands into your back. Bring any comfort items to rest as you come back. And down. Start with your knees bent and feet on the floor. Find a nice centered spine. Let your hands rest on your low ribs. And feel how the exhales draw the low ribs together and down. Try to encourage that, this kind of weaving together with the low rib cage and that strength of rounding the front body. One more time. And then take your arms down beside you, out by your sides. So sweep them out to the side, spread your hands wide, and center the back of your skull. Make sure your feet are in close enough so that they feel powerful when you press them. So press down, a little squeeze in the glutes, lift up. Keep your neck off the floor so your head stays centered. And you can create more space for your spine as you come up if you need to by sliding your head away. Lift, pressing these front hip points towards the sky. Keeping the feet open. So this can be effortful. Just try to bring calmness into whatever energy the pose brings. The breath might move a little more quickly or not. Keep giving it energy. Welcoming some sensation and strength. One more time. And breathing out, let your spine come down so your upper spine rolls out, middle and lower back. The low back lands and then springs away as the pelvis lands. And then take your arms out by your shoulders with your palms up. Saguaro cactus arms. And do some windshield wipers with your legs. So just move your hips to one side, and the knees and feet will follow. Other side, your own range of motion. Just a sense of contentment, santosha, as you take care of your body and relax into your breathing, into your practice. Even number on each side. Back to center, maybe resting the knees together. And just try to enjoy this light back bend, the arms up. One more breath. Soft, soft. And bring your knees into your chest one at a time. Holding on below the knees on the shin. Draw your knees in. Really just squeeze yourself into a little shape. Curl in. And then release your head mindfully back down. Let's keep the right leg in. Stretch the left leg out. Point those toes. Creating space between the legs. Almost like when we do the bow and arrow, so it's like the feet are reaching away from each other here. And then relax that energy a little bit and come to Supta Pada Bhustasana, straightening out your leg, reaching the feet away from each other. Optional exhale, low belly towards the spine and lift. Just the right amount of sensation in your body. Exhale, release. Bring in your knee and do the other side. Right leg stretching out, point those toes. Let that leg reach and ground. And then pull the knee away from the foot. So you're trying to create space, squeezing your leg in, reaching through the other one. Use the strength of your arms and hands to help find that place. Whatever your eyes see right now, just try to non-attach. Non-attach. Just light and shape. Don't even attach that much. And then reaching up to Supta Pada Bhustasana. Exhale, fold in if you like, optional. Again, using the arms, creating strength in the torso as well. This all the support keeps you from straining your neck. One more time. And release. Let's bring this leg across the body, straight or bent for one knee down twist. Or you can do that Supta Pada twist where you come across. So everyone feels nice in your body, releasing tension along the spine, 8 breaths. So first, just find a nice balance between shoulder down and knee down. Turn your head, let it rest. Just enough energy to hold yourself in the shape, otherwise relaxing. Your hand on your bent knee side, just gently guiding that coming across. Soft eyes. Enjoy the breath one more time. Through an exhale. Till that is finished. And then the releasing. Come slowly back. Rest in your supported back bend for a moment. Feet flat, arms up. Just feel the energy awakened by that deep twisting. Let's bring the other leg across. So roll to that side, knee down, twist, or straight leg if you like that version. Hook your toes. So your toes, your foot should rest. And if you hook your foot, it kind of holds it there. And then this hand resting helps determine how far over the knee goes. Bring your other arm out to the floor, turn your head, rest it. So really all you need to do is keep energy in that hand so that it determines and holds you steady. It determines your position. Let everything else be very softened. Try having the eyes at a soft half rest. So you just a little bit closed, but not all the way. And then, like an artist, you can see what really is there. You can see light and shadow and shape. Just try not to name all of that. Just see what you really see. Not attaching to what it is, just what do you see? So the brain should feel softened by that exercise and not stiffened by it. So a little sense of wonder. Complete breath through exhale. And come back to center. Elevate your arms overhead. Shift your pelvis back to center and just line up your spine. Let your feet spread. Nice sense of open-heartedness here. Breathing deeply into the heart center. So that prana is highest in the inhalation. Just notice that as you breathe in next time, how it fills you with energy. It's kind of exciting. And we balance it with the apana, the apanic energy, the exhale energy. You know, that grounding, calming feeling. Do that one more time. Just notice what the breath feels like. Try to balance the energy. All of it part of a circle. When your breath is complete, let's do our inversion practice now. So legs up in the air, shoulders standing if you have that in your practice. So just be sure to keep the back of your head centered if you lift up your hips. So you can rest here, use your hands like help you kind of park your hips slightly elevated. So Sarvangasana, lifting up, reach your feet towards the sky, catch your back with your hands. Be where you are. After several breaths, you will feel like you have arrived in the pose. Breathe out and lower to Halasana, which just transition to a plow version if you like, or if your legs are up, you could try some slow scissors or a different wide legs. Just do what feels nice in your body today. Try 3 more breaths. Last one. And release your hands and slowly come down with your spine. Curl in. Figure 4, resting head back. Take your left leg and turn from the hip to the side so you can bend your knee and rest your foot. Keep the leg active. A little active in the foot helps the leg turn on. Resting open or drawing in. What does your body appreciate? That exact right place with zero strain on your knee, but that maybe you're getting a little release on your outer hip. The lower leg comes in to the upper leg. The hands can be wherever they're supportive. So after those initial breaths to really just find your way in, enjoy several more rounds where you breathe into that just right amount of sensation for today. Keeping the eyes soft so that the brain is dropped in. Can you soften your hands a little bit as you take your last breath here? In a slow way, just let go. Release. Other side, spine nice and aligned. So up, turn out from your hip, and then bend your knee. Activate your foot as you go in, so you find that protection of the knee. So you can rest open or bring in to some degree. Use your hands to support. So it's restful, but it's activated. There's a lot of energy going into finding that just right amount of sensation, and then try to relax the energy. Last time, full breath, enjoy, and then carefully release. And then come to seated in your own way. You can rock up if you want to quickly flow through, you could do that, but nah, come up to seated for a little pranayama. This is important for today. So some Chandabadana pranayama where we are breathing. So come to easy pose, just take a moment to sit and hopefully an increased joy in your body, peacefulness from the practice. Still an energy of welcoming the practice time. So the left side, the left nostril breathing activates parasympathetic nervous system, activates the right brain and the left body. So we're going to breathe from left to right a number of rounds, maybe starting with 10. So you can do it with just your brain. It's a little more powerful if you use your hands. So just easy hands, thumb on one side, fingers on the other. So start with the left side, inhaling, just a little gentle engagement in your low belly. Exhale to the right. Be really soft with your nose. So left to right, just keep going. The awareness is very much on the breathing here. Everything else, just enough awareness to stay soft. Very calm in breathing. Just take one more. And relax your hand. Be with the quality of the breath. Chandra, Moon, Vedana, Pranayama. Refreshing the body, quieting the mind. And leading us into a state of relaxation so that we go back to rest. That you have already begun that practice of resting in the mind, and now just letting the breath have its freedom to still be supportive. Let your body rest open or on one side. Take care of yourself throughout the practice. So Shavasana can be your own way, but do try to patiently give yourself some time to rest. We can effortlessly ground ourselves. Nice to release the throat with a swallow. The lips resting together, the teeth lightly separated, brings a softness throughout the skull. Softening your temples. Soften the space between your eyebrows. Soften the eyes back into their sockets. Maybe detecting the wings of the nose as you breathe in and out. But all in a state of just awareness, just a light, positive awareness. Let your shoulders rest down towards the earth. Next time you breathe in, just have a light awakening through that inhalation. Feel that gentle stimulation of the in-breath. And let that wave transform to an out-breath. The eyes start to flutter into that half-open shape. Throat swallow again. Reach your hands and feet away from each other. Just lengthen across the body. Stretch. And relax. Draw your toes towards you. Slide in your heels and go to your side to come back to seated. Your own favorite side to come up. And come back to your elbow rest, palms press. tucking your chin. Just return to your own thoughts, those energies you brought in before the practice. And then rising up for just a momentary meditation. The Yoga Sutras remind us that consciousness settles as one radiates friendliness, compassion, delight, and equanimity toward all things, whether pleasant or painful, good or bad. May your practice sustain and support you. These resources are always available. Breathing in. May peace and peace and peace be everywhere. Namaste.
I loved all the balance exercises, Blossom, and the side planks. That was great. Thank you.
Welcome. I'm so glad that you enjoyed the practice.